you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. It says, not even Kwame Nkrumah, not even your Kwame Nkrumah developed Ghana like Akufo-Addo. Listen again. Not even your Kwame Nkrumah developed Ghana like Akufo-Addo. And this is Napo talking. I read. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the new patriotic party's running mate for the 2024 general elections, has lauded the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as superior in Ghana's 67 years of independence. I take it again. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the new patriotic party's running mate for the 2024 general elections, has lauded the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as superior in Ghana's 67 years of independence. Now, addressing a gathering of party midweeks and supporters on Tuesday, June 9, 2024, for his official unveiling in Kumasi, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh emphasized that not even Ghana's first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, comes close to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when it comes to spearheading development in the country's history. It has never happened in the history of Ghana. If President Akufo-Addo retires, I can hit my chest and state that since the nation's inception in 1957, there has not been a president who has helped the state more than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I'm saying that from 1957 to now, whether you pick your Kwame Nkrumah, there is nobody who has led Ghana and protected the country or developed Ghana more than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he stated. The Hausa people have a saying, and I truly want to, in fact, reiterate it. They say, Wahawanchibe da magani. Foolishness has no medicine. Sebi o. Yasi wuni nyansa drop bia niwa. Ebetuma sawyare. I am so angry. And you can feel it. My brother, this is not the first time Napo has tried to denigrate Kwame Nkrumah. This is not the first time this dirty party in power has tried to denigrate Kwame Nkrumah. Right from trying to make Kwame Nkrumah look like a villain in our school textbooks, all the way down to trying to desecrate the grave of Kwame Nkrumah right here in Ghana. My brother, my sister, they have worked tooth and nail to uproot the heritage and legacy of Kwame Nkrumah from our history, but it never worked. My brother, my sister, and it didn't start now. From the days in memorial, when Kwame Nkrumah decided to give us free education, it was the Busia government that came in and stopped this. My brother, my sister, I can go deeper into this. I need you to come along. Napo, some time ago, said that when it comes to education, Nana Akufo-Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah. I came vehemently against this. Now he has taken it an inch further. Not only education, but development in general. Kwame Nkrumah does not come close to Nana Akufo-Addo. Look, in the class of Kwame Nkrumah, Nana Akufo-Addo is a villain with no achievement. It hurts. A man who gave us independence, single-handedly fought the British. My brother, my sister, when he was being fought left, right, and center by the so-called bourgeoisies, forming a club known as the UGCC. My brother, my sister, Napo is not a wise man. He is not a smart politician. He has disgraced the Otumfuo. Otumfuo just said, "This is my son. He is not arrogant. I raised him right here in our palace at Manshia. People say that he doesn't respect, but it is not true. He respects. He's a man of dignity." But the wise Otumfuo went further to say, "Mind you, you do not live by the words of the people that you are truly arrogant. You are not arrogant, but people say you are arrogant. Mind you that you do not behave arrogant, so that they will say, say you can." A journalist a few days ago said that Napo is just one utterance away from destroying the whole of the NPP, and it has happened. When he started talking about Kwame Nkrumah, the face of Baumia went sullen. He grew a long face like the lake Mississippi, river Mississippi. My brother, my sister, almost all well-meaning people at the gathering had X on their faces. Napo is not wise. If you want to win an election in Ghana, you don't play with Kwame Nkrumah. If you want the international world to regard you and love you, you don't play with Kwame Nkrumah. But when politicians are stupid and have no common sense, this is when they play with the legacy of such a great man. There is no way they can ever uproot the heritage of Kwame Nkrumah. Hey, look, it will take the whole world plus the angels of God to be able to try to eliminate the heritage of Kwame Nkrumah. God will not even permit it. Not one crestfallen politician, a wannabe. I am so hurt, my brother, my sister. When we all said the guy was arrogant, we saw him bowing down before Baumia for full respect. Today, my brother, my sister, he has proven to the whole world that this is a no good guy, that his common sense is very, very common. And at the same time, my brother, my sister, it's a disgrace to people who call themselves doctors. My brother, my sister, your Kwame Nkrumah gave us independence. Nana Akufo-Addo took us back into slavery. Can you compare the two? Today, my brother, my sister, we are running left, right, and center to the IMF and the World Bank, begging. Our birthright has been sold. No respect for our heritage and our ancestry. Can you compare such a villain to a hero like Kwame Nkrumah? Oh, what cheap politics. I am so hurt, my brother. Kwame Nkrumah took money from his own pocket and built the very first school in the world that was called Ghana, right there in Cape Coast. Nana Akufo-Addo is busily taking salary of the president and employing family and friends left, right, and center, inundating our courthouses with his own hand-picked lawyers and judges. Such a villain can never be compared to Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah built factories all over the place. One district, one factory is a farce. When people come into Ghana, it is Kwame Nkrumah who lead them here. Did you want to hear that again? I said, when people come to Ghana, it is Kwame Nkrumah who leads them here. When people hear about Kwame Nkrumah, the next thing they hear about is Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah is bigger than Ghana. Listen, when we put pressure on them to fix the Kwame Nkrumah mausoleum, when they finally did it, it became the biggest tourist attraction, not the sword of Otumfuo. The Kwame Nkrumah Museum became the biggest not the seat of anybody. My brother, my sister, I am so ashamed as a Ghanaian that Napo is also a Ghanaian. There are some Ghanaians who make you feel un-Ghanaian. They make you feel so crestfallen and so sick. This guy too wants to lead Ghana. Wallahi, if they win power, I will never be in this country. I will never sit down for ingrates like this to ever rule me. It's not possible. We were grappling with Bawomia's lies. All of a sudden, you have come in with arrogance to the umpteenth level. Your Kwame Nkrumah, this guy is a fool. I'll leave it here. My brother, my sister, next thing I want to look at away from this, and I need you to come along, is very, very important. Hey, things are happening. This one is something that is most important. Please come along. Also from Ghana Web. He says, Mahama is not coming to power today. He is not coming to power tomorrow. And Akufo-Addo is the one speaking. I read. President Akufo-Addo has urged Ghanaians not to vote for the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, former President John Dramani Mahama, in the upcoming December 7, 2024 elections. Speaking at the unveiling of the vice presidential candidate of his party, the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh in Kumasi on Tuesday, July 9, 2024, Akufo-Addo stated that Mahama is not only president in the Fourth Republic, is the only president in the Fourth Republic who has been ousted from the government after only one term in office. He asserted that Mahama was removed from the government because of his poor performance and should never be allowed back into office again. Let us remember one thing. The person we are contesting against, the leader of the NDC since the inception of the Fourth Republic in 1992, General Rawlings, was president for 2 successive terms. John Ajekum Kufuor, 2 successive terms. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, 2 successive terms. He, Mahama, is the only person who got 1 term. And he is the same person saying that we should make him president again. The president said in Chi. He added, someone we removed from power without any effort now wants us to bring him back to the presidency. It is not going to happen. We are not taking him back today. We are not taking him back tomorrow, he said. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? But let us go back a little bit into history. Nana Akufo-Addo got rejected 3 solid times before he became president, right? Is that correct? Yes. First time they booted him out and said, hey, you are not good. His party brought him back. Hey, we kicked him up again. No, we don't want him. It's not good. Third time, kicked him out. Before Ghanaians decided to give him a chance because he begged and cried for power. He told us he was too old to steal. Today, the Guinness Records book has proven to us that there are old men who are thieves. My brother, he told us that in other words, he has led his life and lived his life already. And therefore, he's only here to help us. He begged for us to do it. Unprecedentedly. Like in the case of Mahama. If he becomes president again, it's going to be unprecedented. Unprecedentedly at the time, Nana Akufo-Addo became the oldest man we ever voted into the presidency. Because we wanted to go into the books of history. And when he came, he was full of rhetoric. We were warned of his arrogance right from the start. Remember when Wikipedia WikiLeaks, remember, told us that he was a very arrogant man who did not look good in African print and wear. Do you remember? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo came and told us that no, he was not arrogant, that he was okay. He played to the gallery. But they say, Subain, it is saying, whatever you will do, ebepue. Nana Akufo-Addo, my brother, my sister, played to the gallery. He played in the circus like a clown. Today, he has had his second tenure coming to an end. Now his real character is coming to bear. Shouting at chiefs, some older than him, to stand up and greet him because he is the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega. When he wanted power, he never tried that. In his first tenure, he never tried that. But today he has had his second tenure coming to an end. He can dare shout at people older than him to stand up and greet him because he is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Yes, the Yeshua of Ghanaian politics. Today, this is the man who is telling us that somebody had his 10, he came and did not do well, and we removed him, and therefore, for that matter, we should unprecedentedly never allow him back. Well, my brother, my sister, I don't believe and trust politicians. They all seem to be playing to the gallery and telling us a lot of lies. But the facts are there and they are so clear that Nana Akufo-Addo is so arrogant. Napo is more arrogant. You cannot slap the arrogant tag on Bawumia because we haven't seen that. But the lying continues to go on and on and on and on. He is a pathological liar. A man who was a PhD in noise making and lie telling. He should be doing liathon. My brother, my sister, these are the people who are going to rule us. If I want advice, I won't go to Nana Akufo-Addo. They say if you want wisdom, go to the old men. But trust me, there are some foolish young men who have grown into old men, and the foolishness has only increased. In fact, it has even become more toxic because the older the wine, the stronger. We will never go to such people for any advice. I will not go to Bawumia for advice. I will never go to Napo for advice. Such arrogance. As for Nana Akufo-Addo, you are the biggest scammer. Worse than all the scammers this country has seen. From Akablemeza all the way through Chef Smith. And the rest of them. You are the worst scammer. They say Nam1 is a scammer. Nana Akufo-Addo is a greater ancestor of Nam1. He scammed us when he told us he was too old to steal. Today, they are running a government that is called kleptocracy. A government of thieves. I am ashamed of you. I leave it here. And to Mahama, all these negative fingers pointing at you is just for you to be able to prove people wrong. People are speculating that you are sick, like your predecessor at the mills. I would prefer a sick Mahama to a lying Bawumia. I would prefer a sick Mahama to an arrogant Napo. That the governments have a saying, and I'll close with that on this. They say, it means it's not everyone that is sick that dies. Sometimes a man is in your house very sick. Also, you see younger people dying, and he's still alive. My brother, my sister, to God be the glory. Another thing I would like to look at, and I need you to come. I'm going all the way to Manshia Palace. Oh my God. I'm going to close with this. I'm not going to talk for more than 2 minutes on this. And it says, I can testify that the Napo I trained is not arrogant. And this is Otumfuo saying that. Oh my God. Oh my God. So Otumfuo trained Napo. Yeah. Jesus have mercy. Should I talk? Should I keep quiet? Should I talk? Should I keep quiet? Oh my God. They say, show me your friend and I will show you your character. They say, birds of the same feathers flock together. If Otumfuo himself has come out to say that he was the one who trained Napo, then I wonder what kind of training Napo had. I am sad, my brother. Probably at the time that Otumfuo trained Napo, he trained him as a good guy. But when he passed him out to go ahead with his life, he became something else. Sometimes you have a good teacher, but you make a bad student. My brother, my sister, if this is the kind of training Napo had from Otumfuo, I wonder how many more Napos are coming from Manshia. Should I say it again? If Napo was trained by Otumfuo as he himself told us, I wonder how many more Napos are coming out of Manshia. I love our tradition, love our chiefs and kings as much as possible. Please, let us distance ourselves miles and miles to the umpteenth time, far away from party partisanship. Please, with all respect. Look, even the professor who taught Napo at the medical school is ashamed to say that this was my student. Do you know there are some students that teachers are ashamed to say, where am I? Where am I? Hey, I remember when I was in Kumasi attending Tiamade Secondary School. We went out there, and one of the teachers, his son had taken to drugs and had gone crazy. One day he came into the campus. Listen to this story. And started breaking cars. Hey, why you? The police was called in. 2 policemen came in, arrested this man. When the headmaster came out, he said, now where's you offering? And the teacher was standing next to the headmaster. He looked at him. Now where's you offering? In fact, it was a rhetorical question. But the teacher, whose son was the mad boy breaking glasses, he couldn't own up to say that, oye mi bao, mi ba na boda my fiancé no. He was ashamed of his own son. Sometimes we have to be ashamed of our own children to teach them a lesson that they have deviated from the truth. I leave it here.